Yo, welcome back. One thing I wanted to go over today was something that I've seen a lot of people ask questions about, especially in the world chat. There's varying forms of information on the internet, since this game is kind of slept on, but not really, sort of, kind of, if you know what I'm saying. We're going to be going over hard mode stuff today. You might be wondering, Sharon, what is hard mode stuff? Allow me to show you. We're at this silo here. It's a little northwest of High Banks. To the west of Deadsville, northwest of Mears Market, and it is Sigma. And you're probably wondering, Shroud, why do I need to do these silos? Well, the more silos you do, the more of these little cradle spots you can get, which means more Damahe, more well-rounded builds, which is better for you in the long run. Let's get right into it. So first things first, hit F and you can see you got a normal raid. It'll show you all the rewards you can get. You get Stardust, Source, Energy Link, Armor mods, and you can even see that this is going to drop armor mods. But if you go to hard, which is what we're focusing on today, this now changes. This drops specifically glove mods from the bosses. So when you kill these bosses and they drop their little DNA gloob glob, Doomlam Lingata, you're mainly going to get glove mods. Not even mainly, you're only going to get glove mods. That doesn't mean in any crates you find or any other little enemies that you kill, you know, they might have different mods. This is saying from those bosses, the main boss or the sub boss if the silo has one, that they're going to only drop you glove mods. So this makes it very efficient to farm for this stuff. If you're looking specifically for glove mods, you would head to Sigma. And with the addition of hard and pro modes, they come with weekly modifiers. You can see for this one, penetration damage 25% against Rosetta, which is in this dungeon, which is why I busted out the last Valor, because it has penetration Damahe. And we also have get toughen, which enemies take 10% more damage when hit on weak spots and 15% less damage when hit elsewhere, which is, kind of good for us, because just hit the head. What are you doing if you're not shooting humanoids in the head? Come on, get it together. And then storming, which bosses deal more damage as their health decreases to a maximum of 30% when their health falls to 20%. We're not really worried about this, but if you're not as geared, if you're not as calibrated as some folks, be wary of these. Pay attention to them, because especially for the bosses, which we'll go over later, these can be a deal breaker when you're dealing with this stuff. We also have pro mode here, which goes up to level 60. They recommend 4, but all of this is soloable. The last betas, I soloed every boss silo pro mode. So it's very much doable. You just got to put in the time, put in the effort. Take a little time. It's not that hard, but we can't do this until this weekend for us. I'm on PvE 3 or 0003, whatever you want to call it. We can only do hard mode right now. We're gonna go in here, we're gonna clear it out, and just based on my recommendations. Like I said, I'm by no means a pro. I just like the game, I enjoy it, I've played it a lot, so I have a bit more information and a bigger grasp on things. So first things first, drink my tea. I'm from the south, I love me some sweet tea. I'm gonna eat my meat. Pause. I got my buffs. We're gonna head in here. So essentially, the difference from normal to hard isn't that big in terms of silos. Some of them do have, like, I wouldn't say very big changes, but they're noticeable enough, we'll say that. So as you can see, all the enemies are level 50 now. They got more health, gonna be doing more damage, but pretty much everything is the same up until you get to the bosses. There might be like different enemies tucked away in different places on different silos, or there might be like more little elites that are around, which we'll go over once we get to the other silos as well. But everything is kind of the same. We still got this little guy. Call him a little guy because he get mowed down. Turret is still there. We're gonna ignore that though. Don't want to waste too many bullets. Grabbing stuff as we can, which I would recommend, because as you can see, we got platinum crystals and the better plastic, which is something that I'm glad. I can't remember. I feel like it wasn't, but I can't remember. I feel like in the previous betas, you were still getting like low-level loot from certain things when you were in these hard and pro dungeons. That definitely does not seem to be the case anymore, which is amazing. Unfortunately though, if you wanted to like just farm these for like set storage crates or for the weapon and gear crates, they do operate on the same like global timer, which I believe is 4 hours or 6 hours. I can't remember, it's been so long. I'll put it down in the description of the comments if I can remember, or if I do a little bit more testing and figure it out. But we grabbed all that stuff. I would also say Sigma is like probably the quickest silo. It's pretty much just that first little area. Go through the vents here just as normal, and you get up here, climb the ladder, and you can go right up the stairs to the main boss, which is Captain Dave, or you can take that right door, which we are going to do, and head down into the little decontamination area, where we'll be able to play Mr. Wish's game. But as you can see, everything is pretty much still the same. Send me a little ammo, and I've never seen that katana backstab animation, so I just wanted to try that out, and my god, it was beautiful. We're gonna clear these out just so we can go about our way. And I believe there is a little bit of loot up in here, which we're just gonna check everything out just to show you guys that the difference from normal to hard is not that big, as long as you're prepared. Which I feel like, for most people, it's not going to be that hard. You don't need to be as geared as I am. You don't need full gear calibration 6 or your weapon plus 10. It does make it easier, as you can see, but it's really just about preparation, paying attention to the modifiers. Rosetta, humanoid enemies in general just take more damage from penetration. And what I mean by that, if anybody's confused, go to the gear here, and as you can see, if you have over this weapon, it below your durability, it does penetration, which does more damage to Rosetta. So on top of me just doing more damage to Rosetta in general, plus with the modifier, they take 25% more damage anyway. So, you're just paying attention. But as we go down here, we're going to be facing deviants, so I'm not going to be doing as much damage as if I had like an AK, like Crank or a Boom Boom, Disc Lance, a couple of weapons that do suppression damage, which is more damage towards deviants. But as you can see, they still get mollywop. I would say the biggest thing down here is just watching out for the little Patrick stars. Probably wondering, Sherrod, what do you mean by Patrick stars? Oh, you'll know. When you see them, you'll know. They run like Patrick. They look like Patrick if he just let himself go. Just went on a little gluttony arc. Those are really the main things that you got to worry about down here. They can run up on you. They be slick. Any other enemy down here is not too bad, in my opinion. To each their own. But I would say that they are the worst, and I believe they do come after this. They'll come from the side, and then we get a big lad coming from the side as well. His elite's name is the Butcher, the little big arm guy. Get one of those. I apologize for my hand. You mainly just gotta stay in the circle, get jump scared by a deviant that don't know the meaning of personal space. Get up off me. Oh, and there you can see there be the Patrick stars. Now these big dudes are a problem. One, because why they don't blow each other up? Like, why they don't blow each other up? You want my honest opinion? Fuck the circle at this point. Because they leave little acid that can also mess you up, but it's really the explosion. Even if you're fully calibrated, them things can one-shot you, two-shot you. And as you can see, there's like 6 of them. They move as a pack, a unit, an elite force. It can be a problem. And the last thing we want is a problem. We want to get this smooth. We want to do this clean. But another portal just opened to the left, and that's going to be our big guy. Another blob. You see him jump down? Little athletic boy. Getting the moving on him. But again, you can see we're at 90, and that spawned the main boss, but these guys are still here. Like I said before, you can also do this, but you know, just be careful. The tea I drank earlier, you know, I roll quicker and I get movement speed after rolling. So if you do want to save some bullets against these guys, because they do take a lot, even with a suppression weapon, you know, just walk up to them, get them to pop, and then walk back. And for this guy, gonna bust out a little deviant and mow him down. I still don't know the weak spot on this guy, which is crazy. Previous betas, I should probably bust out the butterfly just to toss it on him and see where the weak spot is. I tried shooting the teddy bear. I tried shooting the claw at times. I've shot arms. You know, regardless, he got. And we can continue to charge this up, and it'll be done. And I've done this more than a couple of times, and I haven't been lucky. But maybe we'll get lucky since we're recording. Let's see. Oh. We did not get lucky. But you can get Mr. Wish, a little deviant. It'll be a little llama. Actually, I'm gonna run around and get the rest of this loot before we open that. But you can get Mr. Deviant from Sigma on normal and hard. I would recommend, though, there was also another change that they did, at least for the silos. They haven't changed it for the bosses. I'm not sure why. Maybe in pro mode. I'll let you guys know after this weekend. But I know in hard mode for the dungeons like Shadowhound, Tree Ant, the Ravenous Hunter, after you kill those hard bosses, which I'll show in another video as well, those deviants are still level 1. They do not go up for some reason, but in the silos they do. But for the main thing, you might be wondering, Gerard, what should I use my controllers for? Should I keep these? As you can see, I have 115, which I'd say is a decent amount. You get a good amount from doing your commissions. I can't remember the exact number. I think you get what, like 3 or 4 for completing a commission. You get 5 commissions, so that's about 20, and then you get an extra 5 after doing all of them. My numbers might be wrong, but I'll correct them after I get my commissions again. I promise. Or correct me down in the comments. Like I said, I can't remember, but you get a good amount of controllers for just doing your weeklies. I would recommend you do your weeklies for sure, especially if you're still leveling up. It's great XP, you know, and other little goodies. But the main thing is using your controller. Personally, I'm all for using these on hard content. If you're still going through normal content, I mean, you're gonna get a lot more. I would use them at your own risk. I have 115. And generally speaking, since the wipes last, or the seasons go through about 6 weeks, depending on how much time you have to play, you're not going to use all of these. I think last beta I had about 140, and I played extensively, and I got down between hard and pro mode. I probably got down to like the 40s or like high 30s. So I didn't use all of them, and I played a lot. So I would crank these bad boys out. You'll have many different routes and avenues to use them. The rewards that you get for using a controller compared to not is very much worth it. As you can see, we're going to use a controller, and I'll show you. Again, you get 6k energy link, whereas compared to not using it, I believe you get like 1900, so 2000. I've gotten a weapon every time. I don't want to say it's guaranteed, but it could be a melee weapon, you know, or a firearm, which can vary between blues, purples, and legendaries. I've gotten a bunch of legendaries just from hard mode. They seem to come at tier 5, of course, since it is hard, and calibrated to 4, which is very nice. So if you know, if there's a weapon that you haven't gotten out of the Mr. Wish machine and you want to try something, this is the perfect time to use it. But mainly, you get 99 Stardust Source, which is very nice. You get 20 armor parts, sorry, and then you get these down here, which the main reason you're here is farming these gear mods. As you see, we got 3. And they're all going to be for your glove. So we're going to mods. As you can see, we did just get random ones as well from looting those crates. We go to armor mods. I don't know where I got this. Maybe I got this somewhere else, but we didn't get this from here. As you can just see, you know, I just like looking at these. But we're gonna go here. You can see them all. This is the purple one we just got, which is status damage, and the 2 that we just got here, which is elemental overload and munitions amplifier. Now, I've been making a little spreadsheet to try to kind of see what's all in here because they are different. A big thing that people need to pay attention to that'll help you when you're farming is that, as you can see, munitions amplifier talents. If it says talents, that is like the suffix, meaning that it's going to have the element attribute effect, which has blaze, frost, shock, and blast. It's guaranteed to have that as the first substat if it has talents on it. So you can see here, even though it's a different one, it has talents. It's gonna have that. Let's see if we have another one. This one has talents, and as you can see, it's there. Talents, you can see it's there. Violent, that one's gonna be crit damage. Precision should be weak spot damage. We'll see if I have one. There we go. Precision is weak spot damage. Lord. I only have those three, or those are the only three that I've seen. I'm not sure if there's any more suffixes. Maybe there will be more that come with the pro mode stuff, but I'll try to keep you guys informed about that. But as of right now, violent is crit damage guaranteed, precision is weak spot damage guaranteed, and talent is your element damage. But as you can see from that, we got 3 glove mods, which is the main reason that you're here. And for Sigma, you can also get the Mr. Wish deviant, so if that's something you're looking forward to, you can get the little guy from that. It is legit the little Mr. Wish from the slot machine. He has a little top hat and he runs around with a blick. That's right, you heard me correctly, a blick. He runs around with a gun and shoots targets and marks them. So, you know, if you're somebody that likes running the mark weapons, whether it be the crossbow or the deagle or the sniper that I have, Mr. Wish can also mark targets. So if he's something that you're interested in, I would definitely farm normal or hard Sigma or even pro. You also do not have to use a controller. The deviants just have like another spawn like next to the like little DNA blob that you can get. And since we were talking about stuff earlier, for hard Sigma, little mechanic here is that Mr. Dave here is still a squishy little lad, as you can see. But once good old Dave here drops his health to a certain amount, he becomes immune. So as you can see, the lieutenant is shielded, pick up a shadow gatling and use it to crush the enemy shield. Now with this, he does call in more backup because he's scared, he's terrified, he doesn't know what to do. Nobody's done it to him like this before. So you can just drop those guys. That's really it. It does heal a little bit as well, as you've seen earlier. But it's like not a big enough heal to where, you know, it's just gonna constantly be able to withstand your attacks. You just get a shield down with this, which I would get a bit close, because it is highly inaccurate. Then once that drops, you can just drop the Gatling, and I'm right back up, like nobody's business. Oh Lord. As you can see, that's it. It's done. Finito. Finished. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the hard mode for Stigma. Now, you don't have to do the little spot. Oh, I can't open the dungeon map, but you don't have to go down to the right and go down to that little suppression area if you don't want to. That's mainly, I just like maximizing my rewards. You essentially get 2 of these little treasure chests, DNA blobs, which means you have the chance to use 2 controllers, which means more loot. And you also have the chance at getting the Mr. Wish deviant, but like I said, it's not something that you have to do. It's mainly this boss. Dave is the main boss, so once you kill him, you can't, I mean, unless you're just quick like that, you can't go back and you know, do that, because you're just not gonna have enough time unless you got it like that. You know, again, you have, I believe it's 5 minutes, and then it's just gonna yeet you from the dungeon. But yeah, I would recommend doing that first if you are wanting to clear the entire dungeon, and then doing Dave like we did here. But as you can see, I used another controller. I still got a bunch of energy links. Still got 110 Stardust because this is the final boss. So collectively, you get 200 Stardust if you're doing a silo that you know, has 2 bosses. But you are using 2 controllers. And we got another plus for a weapon, which is the stop sign. As you can see, we got 3 more mod slots for your gloves. Now, the difference between the hard and pro mode stuff is that these mods are going to come guaranteed with a legendary slot. So as you can see here for the crit amplifier precision, that it has a little gray slot and then 3 greens. So, you know, they're not the best. They could be, you know, a lot better. And with pro mode, it's going to guarantee that you're getting at least 1 purple slot, so you have a better chance of modding that stuff. But there you have it. As you can see, we've completed Silo Sigma. You know, between everything, it was a little, you know, below 900k damage, which is very much doable. Like I said, you don't need to be fully calibrated. You don't need to be fully geared out. Just take your time, play it smart. You have plenty of cover. You'll have plenty of items. The main thing is just paying attention to, like I said, these modifiers, making sure you're paying attention to what could help you, what could benefit. As you can see, he took 10% more damage from weak spots, so you definitely want to hit him in the head because he's just taking less damage from everywhere else. And the same with this. You know, he deals more damage the lower his health gets. So if you're getting low and he's low, you know, just take some cover and heal. Take your time. But yeah, that was pretty much hard mode. We're going to keep these pumping out for every silo and every boss as well to show you that they can be soloed. You just got to take your time, play it correctly, pay attention to the modifiers, and you'll be all right. But I appreciate y'all chilling and hanging out. Thank you for watching the video. If you would like to see some more stuff, please let me know in the comments. If you'd like me to break down some stuff, also let me know in the comments. My build is pretty basic right now. I'm trying to fine tune some stuff. I've got like 3 or 4 builds in the works, but if you would also like to see those, you know, also leave it down in the comment. But they're far from perfect right now. Yeah, appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next video when we go to, let's see, we are in Broken Delta, so the next one should be in Iron River, and we're gonna head to Phi, which is a deviant Securement Silo. So I will see you guys when we head there. Peace.